Jade Cargill, the undefeated TBS champion, was in action on Dynamite on TBS, outfitting, of course, and against someone we haven't seen on AEW television, AQA. And to me, this one was obviously Jade looked strong as always, as ever. You know, some great pairing in terms of, you talk about the David versus Goliath, like just the visual of Jade and AQA, you know, face to face and doing that. I think that this match was one of the more telling tests of Jade as of late, and I think one of her better matches in terms of back and forth. And so I know every match she's going to progress and progress and progress, but this one to me was one of the better matches that I've seen Jade wrestle, and even in that tournament as well. I think this pairing was really well. AQA, she was fantastic. I think she got all her high spots. She was excellent selling and really impressive in-ring work that I saw out of her. And I think if she is an addition to the AEW women's roster, it'll be a welcome one. You know, I think this was a surprising match. I didn't know what to expect because not knowing much about AQA. But to me, she stood out to me a lot, and the pairing was perfect.
I agree with you, SPD. I'm like, I think you absolutely nailed it. Obviously, Jade's matches are presented in a lot of ways, like we talked about with Wardlow earlier. Just usually absolute dominant squashes. We get to see her just manhandle her opponents, throw them around. And there were moments in this match where she was just a bully. I mean, when it spilled to the outside, here's a great example where Jade just flexing, just showing off. I love how Jade's been integrating in the push-ups and the crunches into her matches, just showing off her physique, her stamina. Kind of knowing that she's the shit. And I like that about Jade. But I mean, when this match spilled to the outside and Jade launched AQA into the barricade, I mean, it was brutal. I thought that Jade's power was on display here, but like you, I was pleasantly surprised at how much of a back and forth this was. I thought AQA really played well off of Jade's strengths. And I'd like to see more of AQA going forward. I thought this was a really great showing for her, and it made Jade look better than I thought this was the type of match that made Jade look better than her normal squash. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed seeing Jade get tested a little bit. One of the better matches that we've seen from her. Totally agree. That said, she's moving on. She's inching closer and closer to 30-0. Wow. With no end in sight.
No end.
And no clear-cut challenger that we can see really being the person to take her off and knock her off the throne, because it felt like Thunder Rosa was going to be on the trajectory to challenge Jade, but now the DMD has intersected Thunder's trajectory and was behind the sneak attack behind Thunder Rosa. So really, Jade is kind of sitting on the throne, and I think that, I mean, people, as an AEW fan, it's really fun to wonder who's going to be the person who really finally gets to test Jade and maybe beat Jade. I don't see that coming anytime soon, but man, is it fun wondering who's going to get to step in the ring with her, and will she finally go against someone who really challenges her? Because